Good afternoon. I'm Michael Akintunde with Global News. In the news, CBN governor denies alleged plot against president-elect. Myanmar army kills over 20 people in monastery attack. Namibian president names female politician as successor.
This is the news.
The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has dismissed allegations that he had launched a fresh plot against the president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In a statement today signed by the Acting Director, Corporate Communications, CBN, Issa Abdulmumini, alleged the governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, of launching a fresh plot against president-elect. The CBN governor describes the report as fake and therefore urges anyone with contrary information to prove him wrong and provide facts. Namibia's president Age Ginab has named Ntembo Nandi Naditawa as the sole candidate for the ruling SWAPO party in next year's elections. The president called on party members to support Ms. Nandi Naditawa when official campaigns begin next month. He also called on SWAPO members not to create factions from the outcome of the party nominations. President Gingob is due to step down next year after serving 2 times. SWAPO, who has led Namibia since independence and remains the country's biggest political party, but its popularity has recently faded because of this content over rampant unemployment and corruption linked to senior party officials. South Africans continue to pay tribute to rapper Kostu Teach, who died over the weekend after collapsing while performing at a musical festival in Johannesburg. Footage on social media shows the rapper collapsing twice before falling off the stage, and while there are conflicting reports on whether he died on stage or in hospital, his death comes a month after another popular South African rapper was assassinated. Insurgent groups reported that at least 21 people were killed by the Myanmar army in monastery in southern Shan State. Myanmar has seen a growing number of deadly battles between its military and armed resistance groups since the junta seized power in a coup 2 years ago. Some of the fiercest fighting has been in this region between the capital, Nay and border with Thailand. On Saturday, the military's air force and artillery entered the village and executed villagers they found hiding inside a monastery. A video from KNDF, one of several ethnic armies which have joined the fight against the military government, showed at least 21 bodies have been piled up against the monastery. Turkish President Recep Erdogan says the number of people killed by the devastating earthquakes in Turkey's southeast has reached 48,000, with over 115,000 people injured. The death toll has reached 48,000 and the number of injured has exceeded 115,000. It will be recalled that on February 6th, 2 earthquakes of magnitude 7.7 and 7.6 hit the southeastern regions of Turkey with an interval of 9 hours. Meanwhile, thousands of underground shocks that followed were felt in 11 Turkish provinces, as well as in the neighboring countries, of which Syria was the most affected. You're on to Global News from Adaba 8.9 FM Akure, transmitting from Ilaramokin. After the break, Namibian president names female politician as successor. Stay with us. We'll be back again.
The news on Adaba 88.9 FM.
Glad to know you're still there for news update and live streaming. Visit our website www.adaba889.fm or download Adaba FM app on Google Play Store. You can be part of us on our social media platforms www.facebook.com/AdabaFM, 80.9 on Facebook, at Adaba 89FM on Instagram, and Adaba FM TV on YouTube. To provide us information, you can reach us via email newsroom@adaba889.fm. 22 migrants were killed when a boat carrying 47 people sunk off the coast of Madagascar on its way to the French island of Mayotte. Madagascar Maritime Agency disclosed that 23 people were saved while a search for two still missing still underway. The agency said the migrants had covertly taken the boat to Mayotte. Most of those who were rescued had failed to avoid being arrested. And investigators reported that the blaze which swept through the world's largest refugee camp last week was a planned and purposeful act of sabotage. The fire on 5 March in Bangladesh left 15,000 Rohingya refugees homeless and gutted some 2,800 shelters. The government official leading the probe said the militant groups had started the fire to dominate the camps. Fires had broken out in several places at once with no casualties. The 7-person panel formed to investigate the fire has recommended further investigation to identify the groups behind the incident. A Nigerian forward Gift Urban makes history as the first Ghent player to score 4 goals in a single Belgian Pro League game. The 20-year-old scored all his goals in the second half of the encounter. He has now scored 9 goals in 7 league outings for Ghent. The striker linked up with Ghent from Norwegian club Stabæk in January. To end global news, a recap of our top stories. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has dismissed allegations that he had launched a fresh plot against the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Namibia's President Age Geingob has named Ntumbo Nandi as the sole candidate for the ruling SWAPO party in next year's election. Insurgent groups reported that at least 21 people were killed by the Myanmar army in a monastery in southern Shan State. That's Global News. Editor Patience Ibe. I'm Michael Akintunde. Good afternoon.
The world moves as a fast pace, and news breaks with